So, oh, goodness, let me move this. So, when I woke up this morning, I thought to myself, Self, you've been doing church for 10 years, almost 11 years now, and we kind of always do it the same way. I do have a show model that I write every Sunday, every week for the Sunday service. And I decided this week I really wanted to mix it up a bit. When I was driving here, a couple hours ago, I really was aware of the rhythms of life. And as I was coming down Moore Park Street, there was a guy out jogging. And he was jogging at this rhythm, and I was at a red light. And then I looked across the street, and there was a woman trying to get a dog to move. And the dog was down. She's saying, come on. And she's like, and it's a big dog. And the dog's just like, And she's trying to move it. And so I kept driving. And as I'm driving, I'm seeing the drivers go by. And I go to turn onto Tujunga. And there's this guy with headphones on in his car, just singing his heart out. And he caught my eyes, and I went like that. And he went, there are rhythms all around you. When I left the house this morning, I looked in on Will and Nora, and that was one of the slowest rhythms. They were just kind of laying there in the rhythm, and Dell was with them because she slept over, and the three of them were just like, the rhythm of their snoring was so beautifully relaxed. And then I said to Kevin, wake them up, which I knew would change their rhythm. So we all have all of these rhythms, and I decided that today I wanted to do my talk before the music and incorporate the music into the talk. So the title of my talk today is, Who Could Ask for Anything More? So, obviously I'm going to talk about the song I've Got Rhythm. And the reason why I'm talking about the song I've Got Rhythm is because we all got rhythm. And as I was told today, it's not I've got rhythm, it's I got rhythm. I got rhythm. So there's this, not even this proper way of having to deal with this. There's just, I got rhythm. And we don't even have to worry about it. So everybody say that for me. I got rhythm. Apparently you don't. So, but you know what? That was perfect. You just all did it at your own time, didn't you? You just all said it. So here we go. I got rhythm. I got rhythm. I got rhythm. Now say it your own way. Okay. Jonathan Frakes, what did you say? I got rhythm. Okay, you do. Okay. So when I was little, I had a lot of rhythm that drove people insane. Really, my poor parents, I literally danced everywhere I went. Not like today. I just danced. I constantly danced. I'd hear a beat and I would dance. And my mother would always say to me, I just don't know where you get it. And the reason why she said that was because literally my entire family was a collection of Elaines from Seinfeld. My whole family. At any of the family gatherings, you would see an entire room of people dancing. And then I would like be in rhythm. I'd be like, and I had the rhythm. I told you, Will, I can do that step. So the question is, where do we get, because the other day he said, Dad, you really can't dance. And I was like, You can't dance hip-hop. Yes, something like that. And I am going to do breakdancing momentarily. That's a joke. That's really a joke. So, where does the rhythm come from? Where does the rhythm of your life come from? That's a really important question. Rhythm isn't something you acquire. Rhythm isn't something you learn. You really can't learn rhythm. You have a rhythm. That's where it comes from. So my mother's saying, where does that come from? It took me all of these years to really get it. You're born with it. And as Ellen said, you have to be comfortable with whatever it is. I love that she said that. Who cares if you sing off key? If you sing off key, you just probably won't be singing professionally. That's all. Who cares if you dance in a way that people think is weird? You probably just won't be, well, in today's age, you probably could still make a career out of that. But were you going to say that? Yeah. But so who cares? Because somebody's normal is another person's extraordinary. Right? Right? So, where do we get it? Now, the title of my talk is Who Could Ask for Anything More? And I want to talk today about wanting. Where do we get, inside of us, where do we get this desire to want? Is there anybody here who wants anything? Anybody here who wants anything out of life? What do you want? Just yell it out. Do you hear all that noise? Do you hear all that noise? That's all the wants of the universe. Now the question is, where are they coming from? They may be coming from a place that's not healthy, which is a lack consciousness, a consciousness that thinks that what it's asking for doesn't have it. And I bet many of us ask for what we want because we think we don't have it. And yet the song says, who could ask for anything more? I got rhythm. Who could ask for anything more? So this year our theme is I am awake. I am awake. This morning when I woke up, it was around 5:30. And I walked into the living room where Kevin was already awake. And I sat down at the couch to look at him, but when I sat down at the couch to look at him, the sky behind him was unbelievable. It was these little puffs of magenta just flooding the sky, like puffs of magenta clouds everywhere. And the sunrise was spectacular. Now, here's the thing. It did it whether I noticed it or not. And what was the requirement for me to see it? I had to be awake. I was awake to see it. Everything you said you wanted just now already exists, already perfectly exists, but you cannot get it, you cannot receive it, you cannot attract it unless you're awake, unless you are awake to it already being here, and getting rid of a lack consciousness that thinks it doesn't have. Because you have everything. Everything is available. Everything is accessible. You are pure potentiality. That sunrise, and when I said that this morning, I was like, oh, I'm so glad I was awake to that. Now, if I was just awake to every other thing in the universe, what would my life be like? And so I chose to be awake when I drove to the theater. It's good to drive when you're awake. I chose to be awake to everything going on around me, and I paid attention. And I really paid attention to all the different rhythms. And suddenly that dog sitting, I laughed. That dog sitting there, because I remember when we had Max, there were moments when Max got older, and he just would sit down and be like, okay, I'm here for a while. Or once we took him on a hike, and I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that he was 15. I took him up to Runyon Canyon. We're halfway on the hike, and he stops. He's done. And we're halfway up on Runyon Canyon. I had to lift him onto my shoulders, 2 legs here, and just walk for the rest of the way. And his tongue was like on my shoulder the entire way. Here's what was funny, though. We get to the car, I put him down, and he's like, oh, I'm great now. He jumps in the car. I was like, unbelievable. He was totally rested by the time I was almost dead. So, are you awake? Are you awake to what we teach here? Are you awake to, most importantly, who you are? Ernest Holmes says, we know by intuition that there is something beyond what we have so far consciously experienced in this world. We know by intuition that there is something beyond what we've consciously experienced so far in this world. So, if we're willing to know that there is something more, do you all know there's something more? Does everybody here believe that there's something more that they can be, more that they can do, more that they can experience? Yes? Yes! Okay, so there is it's an intuitive feeling. The reason why you know that's not because I'm standing here telling you that. It's inside of you. You only want what you want because there's something inside of you reminding you it's who you are. Not that it's not what you have. There's something inside of you reminding you who you are. It's like the prodigal son, the story of the prodigal son. When the prodigal son, in the story it says, and when he came to himself, there was a great awakening. And when he came to himself, there was a great awakening. So the prodigal son is out in the world thinking he'd lost everything, and he had nothing. When he came to himself means when he suddenly recognized, I and the Father are one. I was never separate. Everything the Father has is still mine. Everything that ever was is mine to have. I learned this as a Catholic growing up, the story of the prodigal son. And it makes even more sense to me today that when I awaken to who I am, everything is possible. Ernest Holmes says, there seems to be an inner witness who remembers that we came from a heavenly state. So I just want to say, it's okay to want. I've heard many people in this teaching say, when you want, you're like saying you don't have it. No. If you remember, every time you want something, it's like a smoke signal from the Indian god that says, everything you want, you already are. So the lyrics that I'm about to sing, days can be sunny with never a sigh, I've got what money can't buy. Birds in the trees sing their everyday song. Love that lyric, Gershwin. Birds in the trees sing their everyday song. I'm sorry, Irving Berlin. Gershwin. I knew I was right the first time. So I said Gershwin. I looked over here and someone looked confused. I was like, oh, is it Irving? Yeah. Birds in the trees sing their everyday song. Everyday song. I love that lyric. The idea of it's just what they do. It's just what we do. We sing, don't we? How many of you, when was the last time you just opened your mouth and sang? That was a rhetorical question. So if the birds in the trees sing their everyday song, why shouldn't we sing along? Exactly. I'm chipper all the day. I'm happy with my lot. How did I get that way? Look at what I've got. Now, here's what's great about that. When you look at what you've got, where are you looking? It's a trick question, isn't it? When you look at what you've got, most people look at what they've got in the world. Well, I've got this house, I've got this car, I've got this much money in the bank, I've got these friendships, I got this. But how did I get this way? Look at what I've got. I've got a rhythm of life inside of me that is always prepared to take me exactly where I want to go. We just have to be awake to hear it. So I want you to remember our year's theme this year, which is, I am awake. And so that when someone like your mother or anybody says to you, where did you get that? You have an answer. So I wanted to just give you this message today before I put on my tap shoes. You guys can come up. And I have been very busy preparing for this new musical, Scary Musical, the musical. But I still took the time to put this together. And one of the things I want to say is, in order for anything in your life to materialize, you actually have to take the mental time to create it. Yes? So even though the rhythm is there, if you don't hear it, if you're not willing to participate in it, well, what's going to happen? You're kind of going to be sitting on the sidelines as a wallflower and just waiting for someone to ask you to dance. So for me, I don't wait to be asked to dance. I just decide to dance. And then I check to see if I have the taps. Oh, I was just going to put it here in case I need it.
During the song?
As if I could even find time. So, they're going to be doing some things, and I want you to feel free to join in when they do at the rhythm that we create for you. I got rhythm, I got music, I got my man who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him. You won't find him hanging around my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams. I got my faith, who could ask for anything more? Days can be sunny with never a sigh. Don't need what money can buy. Birds in the trees sing their everyday song. Why shouldn't we all sing along? I'm chipper all the day. I'm happy with my lot. How did I get this way? Well, look at what I've got.
I got
Rhythm.
I got
Music.
I got
My man, who could ask for anything more?
I got
Daisies
I got
in green pastures.
I got
My man, who could ask for anything more? Old man trouble, you know that I don't mind him. You will not find him hanging around my front or back door. I got daisies in green pastures. I got my man who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? You know what? You really can ask for more. Do you know that? Do you know that? So what do you want more of? Tell me, what do you want more of?
Reverend James dancing.
What do you want more of?
Vacation!
Vacations, okay. Wouldn't you just love a life where you could just vacation all day long, yes? What else do you want?
Agreeable children.
We already have that. Jill Johnson, what do you want? What? Peace. Wouldn't we love peace in this world? Where's it gonna start? Right here. What else do you want?
You didn't dance.
Ellen, what do you want?
More tap dancing. More tap dancing.
Ellen Contente wants breakfast. So the point of this whole talk today is that what you want, you already have. If you are willing to really answer the question of who am I with I am God, and really hold fast to that, recognizing that everyone else is as well, and we rise to that level of consciousness, then really, truly, who could ask for anything more? 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hanging round my front or my back door. Could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? Wow. Okay. Okay.